YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD from FantasyGoodeSports, and guys, we getting ready for the playoffs. Yes, I said it. The playoffs is here, guys. So I'm going to give you waiver wire guys that you can pick up for Week 14, so you can win this week, guys, and go forward and win this championship. So let's get started. I'm not going to waste time because I know how important this is for everybody, because it's very important to me, guys. So let's start with the quarterbacks, guys. So this is no particular order, and the reason why I don't do an order, guys, because we all are different in our leagues. So certain guys are valued higher depending on what I need. So guys, if I is streaming a quarterback, then yes, I need to get the best quarterback with the best matchup. But if I got a guy he might be injured, then I might not necessarily go for the guy with the best matchup. I may be looking for the backup because I like the backup to come in for that position. So maybe not quarterback wasn't a good example to make, but like a running back. So if I got Josh Jacobs, maybe I want to play Devontae Booker. If I don't want to play Devontae Booker, maybe I'm looking for something else. So, guys, that's why I don't give you any particular order. I just give you guys to target, and then you can hit me up in the comments and ask me, like, well, who would you play over this guy? But it's depending on your team, because we all need different things and different players for different situations. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you don't want to spend your priority, your waiver wire priority on a certain guy because you're like, well, I want to wait because I'm good. My team is solid. So, I'm going to wait till next week. And that's fine. So, the guys, I'm just giving you 5 guys. Well, and guys, actually, I don't have 5 for every position because it's so thin now. And we in the playoffs. So, I'm just going to give you guys that you can target, guys. And, guys, if you want to do a one-on-one consultation, I can help you win your leagues, guys. So, you can hit me up with a consultation. I'll look up your lineups, look at what you got, look what's on the waiver wire, and give you some guys to look at. I'm not going to tell you who to play, but I'm going to leave that ball in your court. But I'll give you some guys to target or maybe a better play, guys. So let's get started. So let's get on with my quarterbacks. So my first quarterback that you should be targeting if you need a quarterback, and I mean this guy, he's basically for next week. If I had to play him this week, it's okay if I had to, if you in a super flex league. But this guy is basically for a stash because I like his schedule going forward after this week. So this is a little like strategy. So this guy is Baker Mayfield. Yes, I said it. Baker Mayfield. And the reason why I'm telling you to target Baker Mayfield, guys, is because he's hot. And I told you guys earlier that he can be a playoff winning quarterback. Well, this week happens to be one of his toughest matchups that he had in the last 3 or 4 weeks, other than Weather. Weather's been whooping him too. It ain't been the teams. But he's playing Baltimore. Baltimore's a good team. They got good corners. It's a rivalry game. It's Baltimore and Cleveland. They in the same division. So, yes, it's a tough matchup. But the next week, guys, I love Baker Mayfield going for his next week. But this week against this rivalry team, no, I don't like him. But I want to stash him. I won't want nobody else picking him up to beat me in the next coming weeks if I win the first round, guys. And some of you have buys. So even if you have a buy, pick up Baker Mayfield as a stash quarterback if you think Kyler Murray's shoulders might not be right. Something like that. So I love Baker Mayfield. So let's move forward, guys. And the next guy I'm going to tell you for Week 14 that you should be looking at for as your quarterback position is Matthew Stafford. He's playing Green Bay. Green Bay has a good secondary. But since Matt Patricia got fired, Matthew Stafford's been playing good. They have nothing to lose. This is a dangerous game for Green Bay. Matthew Stafford can give you some points. So Matthew Stafford is not a bad streamer if you want to go to him. It's all in your taste and your cup of tea. It's not the greatest matchup in the world, but it's still Matthew Stafford. And Green Bay still doesn't scare me when it's a rivalry game. So remember, rivalry games, bottom teams pick up for that. They play hard. You see what happened. With Pittsburgh. With the way they played Baltimore, and Baltimore just didn't lay down. Even though they had all those players out on COVID, they still played hard because it's a rivalry game. So, guys, when rivalry games, teams pick up. So, let's move on. My next quarterback, guys, and he doesn't have a great matchup, but he's been on fire, is Kirk Cousins. He's playing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay still, they struggled against Kansas City, but Kirk Cousins is not Pat Mahomes. But still, Kirk Cousins going forward, I like him. But maybe for a stash. But Tampa Bay, I don't know. Maybe something better out there for you. So maybe I might replace Matthew Stafford if I want to depend on a quarterback this week. Not Kirk Cousins going against Tampa. But that don't mean that he won't have a good game. So, guys, go with Go with your gut. It's playoff weekend. I'm not just gonna give you and say you better play this guy because, like I said, it depends. The next quarterback on my list, guys, is Phillip River. Now this guy has a great matchup, but it's Phillip Rivers. It's Phillip Rivers. He's playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I like that, right? But are you gonna play Phillip Rivers in your first week of your playoffs? I get it. So I'm not just being disingenuous, but he has a nice matchup, guys. So if you just want to go strictly off matchup and you go into the waiver wire to stream a quarterback, Phillip Rivers might be your guy. It's edgy, but it's not out of context. So guys, let's move on. Let's get to my running backs. Now I only have 3 running backs for you because it's just the waiver wire is so tight, and I'm not gonna give you regurgitated players. You can check out my top 5 running backs. I'm gonna put it also in my at the top of this video, and it's gonna come through later on in the video. It's gonna be my top 5 running backs going into the playoffs. But I got some guys for you to pick up off the waiver wire if you want to for this week. And the first one is Adrian Peterson, but that's a dependent position. That's dependent on how DeAndre Swift does. He had an illness and he had COVID. Not COVID, I'm sorry. He had a concussion and an illness. So it's been putting him, on the back burner. He's not been healthy. So if DeAndre Swift is not ready to play and they say that they sitting him out again, Adrian Peterson is a smash play. He will, especially in standard. I love Adrian Peterson. He will score a touchdown against Green Bay. Their run defense is probably the weakest run defense in the league. You would think they wouldn't be a top-notch team the way their run defense is, but they are. So let's move over. My next guy, and he's hurt. Watch out for his shoulder to see what happens, because that's why I'm saying these backs are iffy, but these are guys that you actually can play. I'm not going to just give you a guy that's way out there, like a Peyton Barber. I don't know. I didn't mention him, but because Antonio Gibson went down, I'm not just going to tell you to pick up Peyton Barber, right? It don't make sense. His ceiling is not high enough to win you a playoff game. But it's Cam Akers going against New England. His shoulder is hurt, but I want to wait and see. This guy is explosive, and he's getting work. It's kind of like the J.K. Dobbins thing, guys. So if J.K. Dobbins, even though his is a 3-headed backfield, he's the guy they're trying to get the carries now because he's the most explosive. Same thing with Cam Akers. He's the most explosive of all those 3 backs, guys. So let me move on. My final guy is Ty Johnson from the New York Jets. Now, Gore, he had a concussion, so this is what I'm figuring like he probably not going to play this week. If he doesn't play this week, Seattle has a decent run defense, but I might play Ty Johnson because he's the only one going to get those carries. Yeah, Adams is there, but Ty Johnson had some nice plays, guys. So I don't think Ty Johnson is a guy that if you really need a streamer for as a running back, he's not a bad play, guys. So let's move on to my tight ends, guys. So my first tight end, and this is my main guy. Is Mike Goseki. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to pick up Mike Goseki, guys, because he's playing Kansas City. Kansas City can give up some plays to the tight end, guys. Mike Goseki is athletic. I want him to see him play good with Tua. He showed that he can play with Tua last week. So he played good with Tua. So I would pick up Mike Goseki if he's still out there if you need a tight end. The next guy is Cole Kmet. So, guys, if you need another tight end, he's going against Houston. Cole Kmet, they've been phasing out Jimmy Graham. He hasn't had that many snaps the last 2 weeks. Cole Kmet actually have outsnapped him the last 2 weeks. So, guys, if you want to stream a tight end, you can go pick up Cole Kmet. The next tight end, this guy, I've been killing him the whole year. Like, not killing him, but I mean, like, pushing him down y'all throat, is Logan Thomas. Yes, Logan. That's what one of my subscribers said. They called him Logan. And Logan Thomas is a nice play. Alex Smith loves his tight ends, guys. So it don't matter the matchup. Even though he's playing against San Francisco, that's fine. So let's get on to my last tight end. My last tight end is a great matchup. It's Dalton Schultz. He's playing against Cincinnati. I love Dalton Schultz against Cincinnati. I don't love Dalton Schultz against everybody else, but against Cincinnati, I like Dalton Schultz. So you can play him. Also, guys, to give you, I'm sorry, I didn't mention him in my quarterbacks. I don't know what happened. Andy Dalton. So Andy Dalton, with that matchup, it's a smash play. Great matchup. I would play Andy Dalton over any of those quarterbacks for week 14, even over Phillip Rivers. I would play Andy Dalton. I believe this is a safe floor. He will target those good receivers on the outside, so he can have you 2 touchdowns, which is a safe flow. So I love that, and with the Dalton Scopes too. Cincinnati defense is not that good. So let's move on to my receivers. Last but not least, guys, and my smash play receiver, if he's out there, you pick him up immediately. Is Corey Davis. AJ down, Corey Davis. Those are the pass games in this. They feeding Derrick King Henry, and then they looking for Corey Davis and AJ Brown. A.J. Brown is the big play guy, but Corey Davis is the pepper, bombarded with targets guy. So I love Corey Davis. He's playing against Jacksonville. That's a smash type of a matchup. So pick up Corey Davis if he's out there. My next one, guys, and it's a great matchup. He just started trending the last 2 games. It's T.Y. Hilton. Yes, I said it. T.Y. Hilton. And he's playing the Las Vegas Raiders, and they got a safety out too. And their safety is really good. And also this is not good. They pass defense is weak, guys. They can't stop T.Y. Hilton. Now if Phillip Rivers throws the ball to him, who knows? If they don't run it, like maybe they run it 40 times. Who knows? But if they pass T.Y. Hilton, his big playability, I love it against Vegas. So let's get on, guys. My next play, and the matchup is not great, is against Chicago Bears. It's Kiki Do You Love Me? Kiki QT from Houston. Now, I didn't mention him last week because, it was just a lot of receivers out there on the waiver, so I didn't think he was going to come in and get a real fuller type target. I thought they would divide it between everybody. But he did. So I got to mention him, even though the matchup is tough with Chicago. So if you need one, especially going forward after Chicago, and Chicago is not a smash play. They've been smashed the last 2 weeks. People have boomed on them in the past game. But so you still can pick up Kiki Kuti if you want to, guys, if he's out there. And I'm pretty sure he is. Excuse me. And my last guy, matchup not great again, is Jarvis Landry. He's playing Baltimore. But Jarvis Landry is the number 1 receiver, and he's not like, he don't need targets forced to him because he's a short area type receiver. So this makes Baker Mayfield more balanced. It makes this whole offense more balanced. So I love Jarvis Landry. Maybe not this week, but you better get him so you can play him the weeks after, because I love Cleveland matchups after, guys. So guys, thank you for checking out my video. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up, because I'm pretty sure I know y'all gave me a thumbs up on this video, guys. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new, because I'm always giving cutting edge information, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in for Fantasy Good Sports. It's your boy TD. Have a blessed day.